All right, everybody, welcome to On the Screws Golf. We'd like to thank you for being here on the stream. So what? And welcome to DCF&P, baby. And again, thank you so much for attending, and please consider subscribing. Okay, welcome. We're going to do this video. We published one earlier, which did not have any sound on the walkthrough, but hopefully we have that all set up by putting a mic into each of the... I'm struggling here, everybody, today. Now I got the mic in front of me, so now you can hear me. Oh, my gosh. So we didn't have the mic in the browser source earlier, so now that we do, we should be able to hear as we walk through holes 1 through 9. So let's get to it. All right, so on hole number 1, you'll see what we're going to do is we are going to play an extra mile 8 with a katana ball. You'll see we'll start at the plus 2 to 3 yard mark for a bounce over. Yellow ring cuts that left hand rough. You can see we use 3 to 3.5 here and 3 left, and we adjust 10% at max and 50% left curl. So you'll see that with a 4.3 mile an hour wind, I had a 4.5 earlier, and I played it at the plus 2 yard mark, and I went 0% at max, and I missed the rough completely and went over the green into the rough, and then had to make an eagle save from the chip shot from the rough. So see how close that was? So make sure that you're very careful. But the ball comes in very nicely, safely, and for the eagle. All right, let's go to hole number 2 here. So hole number 2, you can see that we're going to go ahead with the Goliath 6, 7, 8, or 9. Again, the attributes of distance and top spin are all the same, 6 through 9. That's the reason why you can use any of those levels. We're going to do a rough bump here with a Kingmaker to knock the wind down. If you see these tournaments with Navigators and Marlins and Quasars and Katanas, you're going to be in the 3.9 to 4.5 range on a routine basis on par 3s to level out the field. So my suggestion, Kingmaker balls on all par 3s to keep the wind moderated. So we go 5 top spin, 3 left spin here with a rough bump, yellow ring cutting the top rough line. The adjustment is 30% at max and minus 0.1, not percent, but minus 0.1 ring. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I have a percent in there. I'll fix that. But if you take a look back up the hill, you can see we're coming down on elevation and we're going over water. So add those two things together, 20% over water no matter what, and then a 10% for the downhill. That makes 30%, and then we moved that, let's say 2 rings and minus 0.1, and we made a 1.9 adjustment for the hole in 1 there. All right, 2 for 2. All right, moving on to hole number 3. You can see here that on shot number 1, we're going to do an extra mile 8, 6 top spin, 2 left spin, 0% max, 15% left curl. We're looking for 363 to 366. All right, let's take a look. All right, we are putting the left of the yellow ring on the left edge, which cuts the fairway in the rough. We'll go 10%, 0% at max, excuse me. Again, we're going to go baby left curl, about 15% left curl, hit it perfect, and we will roll out, I think in this instance, 363 yards. I lied, 365. All right, shot number 2. We're going to use the Goliath again, 6, 7, 8, or 9. We're going to go 5 backspin, 0 side spin, 2.2 to 3.5 mile an hour wind. We dropped it a couple times at 10% mid, 4.5 mile an hour. Again, if you're not using a Kingmaker or something here, you're going to have the potential for 4.5 mile an hour, 5% mid plus 0.2, ball guide short of the hole. And again, the reason being, you get that wind push of a 4 mile an hour, it just makes it bounce over the left-hand side of the cup or the right-hand side, depending on if we misjudge the distance. So I'm going to show you here how we have the ball guide set about a full square short of the hole. And we'll continue here. All right, you can see perfect away. Bouncing in gently, and we squeeze it. We squeeze it into that left-hand side. So what we may want to do is put that up a little bit more to the middle of the pin as DCP. If you saw where we had that adjusted, it was more to the left inside part of that left cup. We want that more moved directly inside the pin or directly at the pin. All right, very good. Let's go on to hole number 4. Hole number 4 is par 3, Goliath. Again, 6, 7, 8, or 9 with a rough bump. 7.2 topspin, 3 right spin, ball guide left edge of the pin in the hole. Very important. Left edge of pin, but in the hole. 2.8 mile an hour, you're going to go 10% at mid. 3.8 mile an hour is going to be 15% mid. Let's go. So with 3.2, we're going to go 10% at mid here. 7.2 and 3 right spin. Get that 3 right spin first, and then we can count them up. 4, 5, 6, 7.2. There we go. Close enough. Yellow ring cutting that top rough, or at least close to it. Take a look at where the ball guide is in the hole. You can see we have that inside the left edge, but to the left of that pin. We'll go ahead and make our adjustment here. Looks like a 1.6 ring adjustment. And we do hit it perfect. Seems like we're able to hit these balls perfect with some of these clubs. Dead center perfect in the cup in qualifiers. And when it gets in the opener, it becomes a little bit more difficult. And then in the weekend, for sure, it becomes very, very precise. You need to be very precise in the weekend to hit perfect on these shots. Okay, hole number 5. Here we go. Extra mile 8, 6 top spin, 2 right spin, 0% max with a Titan ball. End of the ball guide to the right side of the bush, which is way up into the fairway, or into the rough line, I should say. And we're looking for a rough bump to the second fairway between 363 and 376 yards as it finishes. And then we're going to go 20% OP with a full right curl. Let's take a look. All right, where you could see that the ball guide is to the right edge of that bush up in that rough line after the bunker. You can see we're going to go 0% at max adjustment for the wind, about 20%-ish over power, about 75% curl to the right, and perfect puts us in really, really good shape. You'll see we hit the fairway, we hit the rough line, we roll out, and puts us really dead center in perfect position at 363 yards. So now on our second shot, which you see we miss here, but we're going to play this second shot with a Goliath 6, 7, 8, or 9, 4 backspin, no side spin, 0% at mid-range. And again, check your distance to find out where you're at with your club. But you can imagine if you're playing with a 6, 7, 8, you're probably going to be in the mid-range if you're in that 363, okay? 4 backspin. Let's take a look at where we have this aimed at. We say that we want to aim the ball guide. Oops, sorry. We want to aim the ball guide inside of the pin on the right, yet inside the cup. Ball guide short of the cup on your approach shot. So you can see here we're about 1 square short, maybe even less. And you'll notice on the shot here, we come in dead center of the hole, but way, way, way too hard, and we're not far enough back. So I'm going to say almost 1.5 to 2 squares short on this shot. Here we go. So this is for Albatross. Played this 0% at mid off a 4.5 mile an hour wind. I may have added 0.1 on this as well. I'd have to go back to the video, which is posted on my channel, to make sure if I added 0.1 or not. I believe I added 0.1 on that, but you see that it came in pretty hot and unfortunately missed the Albatross. Okay, let's go to hole number 6. So on hole number 6, you'll see that we're going to go ahead and use the extra mile 8, 6 top, 2 left, full OP, 50% left curl, and 0% max on the adjustment. It'd be great if you would start at the plus 25 or 26 yard mark due to when you push for the wind adjustment in this hole, since it's northeast to southwest, you're pushing into overpower. So let's watch and see me completely mess this up again with a great to the left. So 6 top, 2 left. Try to aim it down the middle as best as possible. You'll see that we do pretty much full OP, about 50% curl, double great left. Luckily, we hit a small portion of the fairway here, yet not enough power to get all the way through the rough line there. So, but we do go ahead with a Razor 5. We do go ahead and convert for the eagle. So again, you'll see on shot number 2, you're either going to be putting if you hit a perfect ball and it'll be up on the green, or you're going to have a very short wedge shot to the green at 0%. And then if you're like me on a routine basis, you're going to be in the rough using a rough iron due to a poor bad tee shot. And then you can see we do hit perfect, we do adjust appropriately, and we get it to drop dead center. All right, very good. So now we're going to head on over to hole number 7. All right, on hole number 7, Grizzly 5, 6, 7, or 8. Again, distance and ball guide and topspin are what is the priority here. So you can see that between 5, 6, 7, and 8, you can use any of these levels. 3 backspin, no side spin, plus 15% at mid, directly at the hole with a kingmaker, ball guide just short of the hole. And unfortunately here, we hit a great ball. And that is the reason why we did not convert on this one. So I got a little excited, to be honest with you. We were playing so very well that we all do it occasionally. You anticipate the shot, anticipate hitting another perfect, anticipate with the perfect adjustment that you believe is going to go in, and then you release the needle quick, and unfortunately a great to the right, and you are basically having no chance at making the hole-in-one. So here we go. There's the great ball to the right. And we miss. All right, so still so far a very, very productive round. Let's move on to hole number 8. All right, on hole number 8, shot number 1, extra mile 8, 2 topspin, 2 right spin, baby right curl, looking for 358 to 360 yards. Now you're going to see we're going to come up a little bit short here at 350, so we're going to have to use the Grizzly, and hence the reason why we have the Grizzly, the Thorn, and the extra mile. Because if you do get it to 358 to 360, you're going to be using max Thorn numbers, but at 350, which we did here, you're going to be using min Grizzly numbers. So let's watch. Here we go. Okay, on the tee shot, we're going to use 2 topspin, 2 right spin, because you can see how far we can move that EM8 up. What you're going to do is basically move it out to max, find out where the ball is going to kind of bounce to, and then you're going to let it go. You're not going to adjust for the wind here. All you're going to do is pull it down to the bottom of the power circle and maybe about 5 to 10% baby right curl. Hit perfect. You see we bounce out here very nicely and gently. Now, if you want to get into Thorn range, you may want to pull the ball down into overpower a little bit more than I did there. And that'll get you in that 358 to 360 range. Or if you like the Grizzly shot, just don't pull it down to the bottom of the power circle. Do your 5 to 10% right curl, and you'll be set. Now, again, that's off of a 2.2 mile an hour wind. If you get yourself caught into a 4 mile an hour wind, you may have to just put no extra pull down. You may just leave it right in the center of the power circle and take your shot at that point, and you'll still end up in that 358 to 360. So again, both shots are not negative, right? A Grizzly, great ball guide, great control with the club. I'm just going to pull a little bit more rings because it's more accuracy. And then the Thorn, obviously, everyone loves them a good Thorn shot into the second shots here. So we went 3 backspin with the Grizzly. Okay, it says Thorn 2.5 back, but with the Grizzly we went 3 backspin, 0 side spin, 20% at min. And you'll see that we take care of business here. Dead center. Perfect. And again, you'll note on the screen there, 1 square short of the cup because of the wind value coming in from behind. All right. And then finally, on hole number 9. So on hole number 9, we're going to go ahead with a kingmaker and a quarterback 8. So you can use a quarterback 7 and 8, gives you the same distance and the same topspin. If you move to a 9 or a 10, you'll have 1 or 2 yards more distance as well as significantly higher topspin. So you'll just have to watch where your topspin is and your curl as well as your yardages, okay? So full topspin, full left spin at 80% left curl, and we start at the +6 yard mark, but be careful about that yellow ring. Keep it just off of the left rough line near that bunker. I kept it on the bunker the first couple times, or the rough line on the left, and I was very, very close to hitting that rough, and I don't want any of you to get caught up in that rough and into the bunker. Takes eagle right out of play. So let's you'll see that the +6 mark, and we move it off a good, a good ways off of the rough line. We have some of the yellow showing and the orange showing between the rough and the fairway. And we go full top spin, full left spin, 0% at max. And then we do full curl and hit it perfect. And on this shot, multiple shots. We went 317, 319, and on this particular shot, we were able to get it all the way out to 321 yards. But from 317 and 321, we did make the albatross on the shot number 2. And how did we do that? Well, we went with the horizon 6 or 7 level rough bump. We went 8 top, 2 right, ball guide just short of the hole, dead center of the cup, plus 10% at max. And here we go. Let's watch. Now, we get a little janky here and can't get it figured out because I can't see the ball guide, right? So I'm thinking we got it right, and then it's not even close. So I have to move it. We're not getting anything. So you see, we're just, all right, 3 to the right, 8 to the top, 2 to the right, 8 to the top. Let's take a look at the ball guide. You can see that's coming in right at the dead center with the curl shot. That's where you want the ball guide to be. And we will go 10% at max here. And that is just a short 1 ring adjustment. And again, the accuracy of this club is not significant. So you have to hit perfect here, which we accomplish. A little early, but we got it perfect out of it. And you can see the ball comes in just nice and gentle, dead center, perfect. All right, everybody, that's it. That is a score of -19 on this account. There it is. We had number 5, which we hit the stick on the albatross a little bit high on the stick. And then, of course, on number 7, we hit it great to the right. So there it is, folks. Thank you for joining us. I hope this video is informative, helps you get a few extra drops over today and tomorrow prior going into opening round. And then, of course, we will see you on Thursday and Friday for our rounds in opening, and ready to get some high-level opportunities as well as get up at the top of the leaderboard. So until then, we'll see you next time. Stay cool, stay safe, drink some American Honey Sting because it tastes great. It goes down smooth, but with a kick. All right, everybody, welcome to On the Screws Golf. We'd like to thank you for being here on the stream. So what? And welcome to DCF&P, baby. And again, thank you so much for attending, and please consider subscribing.